Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tamara, aka Girl from Harlem.
What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee.
And this is the Guy Show.
Y'all can make noise. Y'all make noise. Y'all gotta be quiet. Y'all can make noise. God damn. And I know y'all. I
just want to say I have no clue what's going on.
Okay, and I was about to say, it feels like one of them scenes where somebody walks in a movie and they're like, "What's up, Ray?" It walks into the room and they're like, "Hey, Ray, what's up? What's up, Tamara? Who the fuck is that?" In the sheet. This is what it's gonna feel like. So. I don't know if you guys saw it, but hopefully Braxton will cut in a clip of us talking about this. But it was a big fuss in the industry about all these AI voices. The Drake Weekend song that everybody was pissed off about, and Drake was commenting on it. And, you know, everybody's talking about these AI records. Well, I want to say we have the GOAT of AI in the room right now, and that's why he's under a sheet. And the reason why he's under the sheet, guys, is because, you know, he is a very special creative, and he doesn't want the world he wants to tell a story first before the world finds out who he is, because he doesn't want people thinking that he was here to cause some trouble. But we're going to give it up for our guy, Ghost.
Ghost.
Everybody give it up for Ghost.
How y'all doing?
Put me in the game, Ghost.
Put me in the game.
All mine. Thank you.
So Ghost, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And
I just want to do a disclaimer real quick.
Go ahead.
This is not KKK vibes. KKK is not this cool. They don't do the glasses and all that. This is just Ghost. It's gonna be a reveal.
And I'm gonna try to convince this guy to reveal his. I'm gonna try, but I need to hear the story first.
It's not happening.
Because I want to hear the story first. Because I want to hear the story first. So I want to understand first. Because I feel like everybody in the music industry was all up in arms about what's happening, and everybody's like, it reminds me of the Napster moment, where this guy creates Napster, and he did it as a favor to the music industry, but the music industry saw it as he was the enemy, not knowing that in 7 to 8 years, Daniel Ek was going to take that same technology approach and create Spotify. Napster was the first Spotify, by the way. We just didn't understand it. So hopefully we can give people a reason, a way of understanding AI, and you can help us with that. So Tamir, the floor is yours.
Okay, so me and Ray have been on opposite sides of this conversation when it comes to using technology and artificial technology,
artificial
intelligence and music. I just want to know why do you think that this is something that the music industry needs at this moment?
People die.
Why are we not letting them die though?
Music lives on. And, you know, you never know what ideas and thoughts come out of the mind that should be heard, and the people love good music, so we got to keep giving good music to the people.
Why do you think the music industry is so afraid of it? Like, why do you think everybody went so crazy for it?
I'm going to tell you why. Because they know they don't have nothing to do with the technology.
So they can't control it.
The implications behind that is that the indies are ahead. And you know what that means when the indies are ahead? Well, we know something they don't. It's always going to be a problem.
So what do you know that the music industry doesn't know?
I can be one of 300 artists. Nobody knows who I am. I'm just a voice. I'm just a songwriter.
So why would you put the? So give me your thought process. And first of all, how many records have you released as Ghostwriter?
I got records all over the place. I've got a couple dozen, but I want to make it clear that it's not just one person using AI. There's not only just one person in this movement. Ghostwriter is the idea that music becomes available to the good songwriters and the people that deserve to write hits. You know, for a lot of the fans and the music consumers out here, it's about the voice, and we giving them the voice they want to hear, and we making good songs. That's really why the industry mad. I feel like the industry is mad because we're making great songs. We're making better records than they're writing. A lot of people don't realize these people have songwriters. They have people like me that make their songs. The only difference is they cut the records. AI became the technology that allowed us as the underdog to create the records that the people want to hear.
So basically, AI is the thing that allows. So you're a songwriter, right? So by the way, anybody listening, what I think you did was genius, right? And here's why. If I play you guys the demo to Man Down, you'll be like, how the fuck did Rihanna hear that to even cut that? Like, it's Tehran like, oh my God, blah, 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 and Rihanna cut it. So, you know, when you're a new writer, you know, sometimes you are at the mercy of the demo or at the mercy of the ear, listening to the demo. So like some people can hear through it. A few of us can hear through it, but most of us can't. So what better way to say I have a song for this artist
than to have the artists themselves. That was really the original idea behind using artificial intelligence for music. You know, there's people that are upset about it because they haven't figured out how to make money off of it yet. Obviously, that's to come. I have several ideas to change the world as far as to how to make money off of artificial intelligence and where in music. The general consumer doesn't care. And I feel like that's what the virality behind this moment means, is that the general music listener, they just want to see Drake. They just want to hear Weeknd. They want to hear their favorite artist. But the reality of it is I have AI songs from hundreds of different artists that I'm working on, and several dozen of those are out in the market space right now.
What up, everybody? This is Ray Dangs, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. You already knew that, but what you didn't know about, I bet, is a new distribution company called Two Lost Distribution. They're the most technologically advanced distributor in the world. They distribute your music to more stores than any distributor out there, and they only charge you $3 a month. Yep, $3 a month. And they don't charge you any money to collect your royalties, so you get 100% of your royalties. Y'all know how some of them distribution companies be asking for, you know, it's distribute with us, but they take 20%. These guys don't take any of that. They charge $3 a month to distribute all your music. And if you use the code GODS, which is on the bottom of the screen, when you add your discount code, you get 3 months free. So if you're looking for distribution, you need distribution, you're looking for the best distribution company to work with, Two Lost is the fastest growing distribution company out there. Mess with them. Tell them Ray sent you. You're going to get some money off.
You would just never know.
So if you could sit down and talk right now to, let's say, Lucien Grange or Max Usada or, you know, Ron Perry or anybody that's at the top, Rob Stringer, anybody at the top.
You want to get ahead of the wave and not behind it. There's a lot of money in AI, and at the end of the day, the fans want to hear good music. So you limiting yourself to just what the artist is physically able to produce on this earth during their lifetime is really limiting the idea of what their music could be. And ultimately, you know, they need to just open their minds and be accepting that there are people that hide under bed sheets that write hit records.
But if you write hit records,
correct,
a hit record is a hit. Why do you have
I
to
come from a small
somebody else?
I come from a small city. They don't give us opportunities.
That's what I said, but let's be clear. In the world of 120,000 songs being uploaded per day,
every day,
how does a songwriter or an artist
break through
stand
the noise?
out? How do you break through the noise?
By stealing already successful artist's sound voice?
Well,
it's not necessarily that.
Stealing.
See, understand that people are still enjoying the song as if it was a Drake song, as if it was a Weeknd song. So ultimately, they're still enjoying the song from the original artist. I could have dropped the song with my voice on there, with my original voice, but how many streams would it have got? You got to think about that. How many streams would it have got if I just dropped it with my original voice?
So you wanted your voice to be heard.
I wanted my voice to be heard.
You wanted to showcase your talent.
Absolutely, and that's what it's about. That's what it started from.
So for you, from your perspective is I'm writing songs. I think I'm amazing.
The best song.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm writing the best songs. I think what I'm doing is amazing, but no one is hearing me. So
nobody.
Let me use AI technology to get heard.
Show them what it sounds like. And
to
people
get heard.
mad about that.
And it got heard, by the way.
Of course. It got heard by a lot of people, but ultimately, the purpose served itself. And now, as we move forward in the AI world and the music industry is in shambles. There's nothing new. Everybody wants to talk about a guy under a bed sheet for some reason. I write really good records, but there's a lot more people that are involved in the project and the process of what AI is, the developments. Shout out to Soviet. A lot of people don't know. It's a lot of people that are in the shadows that are working on this technology to create some of the best songs ever. And I feel like in 10 years, it's going to be a mainstay. So if I was talking to an industry exec or Lucien or any of these people, I would say to get ahead of the curve rather than behind it, because it's a lot of great music out here to be made. And y'all already paying these songwriters all this money, and they can't even sound like the artists that y'all want them to sound like.
Okay, so you got a question? By the way, I want to say something real quick, and I want to defend you right now. Tamira, you use AI every day. I follow you, Tamira.
When I use the green screen?
When you use the filter on your face, that is AI.
Do your face really look like that?
No, how about that?
So,
But-
so okay, so
but
I put a
no,
filter
I'm
on
not
my
even playing
voice.
with y'all
I put a
too, 'cause
filter on my
I
voice.
was trying to let y'all go.
no,
I
no,
was
go.
trying to
I
let
want you to
y'all
know.
go.
Don't play with
put a
us.
filter
You
on my
don't
voice.
think that this is disrespectful to people's legacy? Like, if my father, and me
Absolutely
and Ray
not.
already
If they
had
like
this
the song,
conversation.
see the thing that they won't tell you is that Drake likes the song. A lot of people like the song, but they just don't know how to make money off of it today. What's today?
This is what I would say. I don't think so. For me, I'm more afraid of the technology. I'm more afraid of the technology and how it can affect real life. The one thing I do know is that if there's a way to monetize anything in the motherfucking music business or in the world, they're gonna figure it out.
Right.
For sure.
My only thing is
We just ahead of the time. We ahead of the curve. Shout out
I
Ray
believe
Dames.
that the music industry don't have control yet. So because
Yeah.
they don't have control, they need to make a big fuckery of it. That's my opinion.
Right.
Because that's the same thing happened with Napster.
That
Like,
song
dog,
should be charting right now. But see, the thing is what they don't understand is that that's not the only song. I got way better songs than that. I'm working on a project with Timbaland right now. It's a lot going on in the shadows people don't know about. We working on records, and ultimately, AI is gonna be the future, whether they like it or not. So it's a situation where I'm really just trying to help. Trying to help transition the industry into the next stage, the new world.
So you
era
see the
of where
future?
music is at.
So you see the future.
I see the future.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question.
Sure.
What's the future of the music industry with AI involved?
The future of the music industry is right now. When you listen to your favorite artist's song, they probably found that beat from a beat submission. And when you get a beat submission, artist goes through the tracks and they pick their favorite song and they cut the records. They have a selection of songwriters at their disposal to write the song as me, such as me. However, I feel like with the future of AI, it's going to be a situation where people are going to have more access to having records that are more readily available to create, and they get to hear what they sound like on the record. So ultimately, whether they want to cut the records themselves, that's their choice, that's their decision. But, you know, in this case, we put the record out as is because who am I? You know, I'm just a ghostwriter.
You don't think that you're overshadowing like your songwriting abilities by kind of, because no one's saying, oh,
Absolutely
damn,
not,
that's a dope song.
because I put the song out as them. They should be thanking me. But ultimately, that's where I feel like the future is going to be, is instead of beat submissions, they're going to be having AI submissions, and people are going to be picking their records out. And when people pick their records out, it's going to be about what the fans like. That's what's going to determine what's going to sell and what's going to chart.
Wait, when you say AI submissions, break it down for me. a little
Imagine
more.
you go through an email and your fans already made, because at the end of the day, that's all I am. I'm a music fan. I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of Drake. I'm a fan of The Weeknd. I'm a fan of all the people that I've made records as. Ultimately, my ideas are my ideas. If they want to put the records out, if they want to promote the records, if they want to even acknowledge that records exist, that's on them. But at the end of the day, it starts with the love of music, and that's something that I have, and that's what many other songwriters around the world have, is a love of music. And we should be able to let these artists hear what they sound like, whether they get to cut it or not.
It's scary to me, but I talked to this brother off camera, and
I walked in here looking like this, by the way.
yeah, and we spoke off camera, and the one thing that I gathered was I manage creatives for a living. So the one thing I gathered from managing creatives was his whole thing was, I think I'm dope. I'm pretty sure I'm dope. There are people in the music industry right now who I'm pretty sure you've DM'd, emailed, contacted, trying to get attention for. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely.
And to no avail.
To no avail.
So now he does a song, and he takes one of his songs and he puts these guys' voices on it, and now he gets millions and millions and millions of streams.
People got to remind themselves that to make a hit record still requires all of the key pieces of making a record. You have to have a good songwriter. You have to have good production. You have to have it mixed, mastered. There's engineers. There's all type of people that go into this process. So people making a big deal out of me having the ability to switch my voice to anybody that I want to change it to is really just buffoonery. Ultimately, this is the new standard. This is what the industry is going to become.
Samira?
This is the new standard. I'm just
Right.
really I'm
I would say
horrified about where this is going.
I would say this. If you would have told somebody what streaming was going to be 20 years ago when Napster came out,
I am the Napster of songwriting.
that's a fucking bar
Except
right
maybe technology has developed long enough to where I don't have to go down the same fate Napster took. However, AI is the future.
Isn't
ultimately,
AI gonna take your job though?
No, I think
because at the
it
end
helps
of
us.
the AI, I'll explain why AI won't take our jobs, because at the end of the day, even though it is voice modulation, pitch modulation, all of these technologies go into AI. I have my own AI company as well. We'll drop that in the description
For
in,
sure.
in the chat and the editing. But ultimately, what it is Centaur. It's using technology to advance human creativity, and it would still require the creativity of a human to make these records. It would still require us to write a great song, produce a great record. AI didn't create the beat. At this point, AI just changes my voice into other voices so that y'all can hear it. And
Or
what
you
I would
guys want to hear it really.
right, I would ask the fans to say, when I release records and I get 50,000, 100,000 streams as an independent artist, which I am. I've been an artist for years. I've been a musician for years. You know, why should I be happy with that 100,000 streams when I can drop the record as someone else? And here I am at 10 million streams. Billboard can't stop posting about it. All the blog sites can't stop posting about it. And now it's a thing.
I think this is going to take away from artistry. I think we already have a problem with artists.
Well, it is artistry. It is a form of artistry.
It's a cheat code.
No, you know what else was a cheat code, Tamira?
Filters.
Auto-tune. Auto-tune is a cheat
Auto-tune was
code.
very disruptive when it came out.
Auto-tune was disruptive because
And shout out to
auto-tune can make anybody sound like a great singer.
Correct.
And the AI just makes you sound like a great singer, but a voice that we know.
Familiarity, right? And shout out to T-Pain.
I mean, I'm just saying it's no different than really auto-tune, because motherfuckers can't sing that good in person but sound good on record. I'm just saying, listen.
What would stop me as a ghostwriter from going on stage and performing these records with my voice changing technology?
So you have
At the end
voice
of the day,
changing
what's the
technology
difference?
where we could talk through a vocal,
So the
a
mic will
mic
have
and
Biggie's voice. You could put
If you
Biggie
want
voice.
me to write a hit by Biggie, rest in peace to the great. Being that he's not here, you want me to write a hit? You want me to perform a hit as Biggie? I can do that. I have the technology to do that. Absolutely.
and you can perform it as Biggie.
Absolutely. I'm just not I don't weigh as much as he does.
Got you. Well, if you have the sheet on, we wouldn't know.
For sure. So use your imagination at that point.
No, but then that would cause a disconnect because sound and eyesight. So if I'm hearing Biggie but I'm singing you.
Listen,
But imagine if it was a
ma'am,
Biggie
I have
hologram
a
performing
question
new
for
Biggie
you.
songs.
Oh, here we go.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you, gorgeous. How old are you?
Over 33. Oh,
Okay,
over
so
30,
you
excuse me. I
was
done told
alive and
myself.
around. You was alive and around when Biggie was around, and you got to experience his music in the current era, correct?
Yes.
What about our kids?
Mm-hmm.
What about our grandkids? What about our great grandkids?
My goddaughter
Biggie
loves
only recorded
Michael
but so many
Jackson.
songs. There was only so many songs that Biggie did.
I don't want Biggie making songs in drill and today's BS. I like him
How
where
would
he
you know
was.
that that's not what he want to do? How do you know that that's not what his label wants to do?
I agree, and that's why he's not here. So I would leave that alone.
Listen, I understand where you're coming from, and I respect that. However, there's many more implications behind AI. For example, what's to stop me from going to a company like Marvel? Do you know how many cartoons that our kids can't watch now because a voice actor died, or movies that can't happen because certain people are just
Like The
out of
Simpsons, for
commission or
example. They can go on for
unavailable.
another 45 years because
Exactly,
of AI.
and I don't want to hear SpongeBob with a new voice. I don't want to hear. I watched SpongeBob SquarePants growing up, and he sounds like SpongeBob to me. But if they threw a new voice actor in there because the old one isn't around anymore, I wouldn't want to watch the show. What if I told you that I am SpongeBob, I am Biggie,
That's a character. I'm talking about a human, somebody's father, somebody's brother. You're
Well,
changing their legacy.
but you're looking at it
we
from
carrying on the legacy
but-
for them. I
but-
never said I was
Can't
as
say
great
what the
as.
legacy is in
No, but hear me out though.
2023.
Okay, let me jump in. Okay,
Listen.
I understand where she's coming from, but Tamira, you're still looking at it from a very personal standpoint.
Okay,
From
I
a subjective standpoint.
I am.
You gotta look at it from an objective standpoint. Like, let's be clear.
So I want to
Okay,
hear
let me ask you a
Biggie and
question.
Nicki
Okay,
do a song today.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask something. Tell me if this makes sense. Let's say, I'm gonna make it personal for you. Let's say you're related to a famous singer from the 60s, right?
Okay.
Someone, I can't think of a name, but like a famous singer from the 60s who's no longer here, right? Otis Redding,
Okay.
right? From the 60s and 70s. And that was like your uncle or your grandfather. And now, because of AI technology, you can be involved in dropping an Otis Redding song. Or you might have lyrics around
You're trying to convince me about the money. I know where you're going with this.
I'm just saying.
There is a lot of money.
There's
to
a lot.
be made
I'm
in
just
the
saying
AI
there's a lot
industry,
of
but
money
we're
that can
saying
be
is
made in it.
art,
Like, here's the
art,
thing.
the legacy. Who's gonna carry it on 100 years from now? You
I-
know,
Y'all should have new
who's gonna know Michael Jackson
stars.
if Michael Jackson doesn't have new records?
I would say
And
this.
ultimately,
Go ahead.
I want to say this. The reason that industry's so scared about what's going on right now, and the reason the industry is so upset is because they haven't figured out how to make the money off of it. Let's be clear. So once that part is figured out and the publishing and the splits and whatnot is figured out, then we up. But as far as we speaking purely creatively, if we're talking about creating something from scratch that the artist is not here to do, we're the only means and the only technology to create that and to make that happen. And how are we gonna carry these legacies on? If you think about it, people are so upset about the Drake and Weeknd song, but the label doesn't own the voice. That's what they're scrambling to try to figure out now. That's what they're scrambling to change all artists. If you sign to a major label and they just emailed you a new contract in the past 2 weeks to sign, it's because of me. They trying to change
say that again.
The likeness encompasses names, imagery, and records that they've laid down. Labels do not have rights over records that I make or any other artist, AI artist makes, and that's why they're upset, because they don't know what to do about that. But the truth is, artists like Weeknd, if they could trademark a voice, Weeknd wouldn't have a career, because he's our generation's Michael Jackson. He's a knockoff Michael Jackson. He has a very similar voice to someone that we're familiar with. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So being that we're being honest, the labels don't own the sound of someone's voice, the tone of someone's voice. Of course they're going to be upset, because how are they going to make money off of it? I have solutions. I want to talk to them. I definitely want to team up with labels and figure out ways to legitimize AI as a technology and as an art, because it's definitely the future. But we're just speaking as far as to why they're upset, and that's why they're upset, is because they know that there's nothing stopping someone from making a Justin Bieber hit song that Justin Bieber didn't write, that Justin Bieber didn't record. And I'm just throwing names out. It really applies to anybody. Nobody's voice is safe. I have everybody's voice on my computer. My team, and it's not just me. There's many other artists that are involved in AI.
Mm-hmm.
People just like to point the fingers at me. I am not the enemy. I am a friend. I am a fellow creative. I'm a fellow songwriter. I just wanted a chance. I just wanted to be heard. People heard me loud and clear. However, they also are going to judge and create their opinions based off of what they heard. But, the songs that I put out so far that y'all have heard, they're pretty cool. But we working on better records, and we're working on records that are in collaboration with the producers that y'all know and love, because at the end of the day, these records need good beats. And AI hasn't figured out how to make beats as good as Timbaland yet. AI hasn't figured out how to make beats as good as Metro Boomin yet.
So what are we doing
Metro,
to
he follow me
figure
too.
that out? What is that gonna? Technology only gets better. So we're at the start
Exactly.
of this
It's making
now.
our jobs all easier. So I say, why panic when we can embrace, when we could let the aliens work in our favor and we create even better work as humans.
My language.
You said what?
Aliens.
You said what, Spirit?
Oh, aliens. Now that's my language. Okay, so how did you even get involved with this type of technology? Do you have a
I was
background?
chosen.
You was what?
I was chosen. They say opportunity meets preparation. I've been an engineer.
Braxton,
I've been a
this
songwriter.
some Illuminati shit y'all got going on.
Absolutely not.
He said he was chosen.
Well, what I mean is opportunity met preparation, and I was an artist. I've got a pretty good fan base for my music, but I must say I have a larger fan base. I'm getting more streams from my AI songs, and that's just what it is. People want to hear familiar voices, but the songs are still mine. The
Did you make the technology? I'm confused.
He has an AI company.
Yeah.
Yes, I have an AI company, AI, and it is also encompassing over video, arts, and creative production. However, we must use the technology to benefit us. We must use the technology to further us as humans and creators. The technology still needs our input to create an output, and that's what people have to understand is that AI
That's
is
very
not just
important.
you
Say that again. That's a very important.
The input creates the output. The technology still needs our creativity and our greatness to create the works that it does. So people that are familiar with AI get it twisted that it's just a script you just typed into Chat GPT, make me a Drake and Weeknd song, or make me a Justin Bieber Pitbull song. It's not that at all. You still have to write a great song. You still have to have great production. You still have to have great songwriters.
A great concept.
Ultimately, you still got to get the song mixed and mastered. What's to stop an AI song from charting? And I feel like that's the future. The further we try to push against it or fight it, It's just gonna fight back. We should embrace the future and understand that the robots are here to help us.
I feel like I'm really in a show right now, and this is like a message
I
from the
love this
future,
kid.
and he just
Okay,
got like zoomed
okay. So
in.
so let me tell you something. So yesterday, so no, I mean, we were talking, and I was asking, I was Ghostwriter. Okay, I call you Ghost. I'm just making sure I get your name right. So I was talking to Ghostwriter, and I was telling him that if you are a friendly, then why the mask? If you are friendly, then why that? And what happened was that I called Timbaland on FaceTime, and him and Timbaland spoke. And it's funny because Timbo is probably the most famous person in the music business at the forefront of bringing AI to the business. So I called Timbaland.
Absolutely, because he's not scared of the future.
He's always been futuristic. If you listen to
Right,
Timbaland
he
record in
dominated.
'94, that should have
shout out
worked
to
in
Timbaland. He's
2023
dominated.
right now.
Timbaland has dominated as a creative over multiple decades, and he's used computers, he's used his bare hands, and he's used, most importantly, his mind to create the hits that he's created.
Exactly.
Ultimately, that still applies today. There's nothing, AI is a buzzword. There's nothing to change to say that AI hasn't been used on the keyboards for Metro Boomin's beats or 808 Mafia's beats.
That's
for
real.
5,
I never
10
looked at it
years.
like that.
Absolutely. AI works around us and is in many different facets, and it has many different capabilities. However, now, thanks to my research as well as the research of Sovitz and the people working RBC and all of the other algorithms or protocols that are used to change voices, we've mastered pitch modulation, and we're able to switch our voices over to the artist of your dreams. Now we don't have to pay for features. Now we don't have to go and haggle people on Instagram to DM them to figure out when can you cut this record so we can hear what this sounds like. Because at the end of the day, all the music lovers, they just want to know what it sounds like. They want to hear what it sounds like, and good music is going to speak for itself, which is how I've been able to do what I've done with really no backing.
And not only that, Tamara, he's kind of, so I was, when we spoke to Timbaland, I was like, yo, I'm sitting in the room with one of the AI guys, and he was like, it's a lot of them, Ray. And I was like, I'm with the one. And he said, Ghost? Am I tripping? He's like, go. Let me see him. Like, he literally, and they talked. He was like, what, Ghost? You got Ghost with you?
Absolutely. But I have to make it clear that it's not just one guy.
No,
there's
it's not.
Many people working on the technology, and there's many people utilizing the technology to create some of the best music we've ever heard. However, I'm just here to let humanity know that we shouldn't run from it. We should embrace it. We should bring it in and let it become the future of our music industry and let it to guide us unto the next level of music, because music is stale right now. Y'all are bored. Fewer songs are, blowing up organically. By the day, we've got over 120,000 songs being dropped
a day.
Every single day to DSPs by artists that don't deserve to be heard. So at the end of the day, we have to move out of the way and allow a new technology to lead us into the future.
What's the end goal? Like, what is, in a perfect world, where does AI take us?
There is no end goal for AI. I'm just giving you a glimpse of the future, and the glimpse of the future is there's many other people that are scrambling right now to figure out how to do what I do, but I feel like it's ultimately not about me. It's about the technology, and the technology is here to stay. That technology will help to advance our music to the next level and create a more broad industry for the people like you and me that write really good songs, but not necessarily might not sound like an artist that you want to hear sing the song.
I'm still trying to gather everything.
It's a lot to take in.
You, besides being a songwriter, are you an artist yourself?
I am an artist myself. I got songs out. But you don't know that.
You don't want to be.
Because I didn't have a bed sheet over my head and I didn't sound like XYZ.
So when you're XYZ, let's say, you show yourself. And then when you're doing your ghostwriting stuff, we're not showing ourselves. And you get more attention when you do the ghostwriting stuff. Right.
That's on humanity.
Right.
Humanity decides what they want to hear, what they want to stream, what they want to work out to,
right?
what they want to go to the gym and listen, what they want to hear in the clubs. At the end of the day, I'm just a messenger. I'm here to bring peace and bring better music amongst us. What a lot of people don't understand is that there are many big artists that write for other big artists. So what's to say that Nicki Minaj isn't writing for Ice Spice? What's to say Rihanna isn't writing for Beyonce? Now my technology allows them to be able to switch their voices over to whoever. and now they can't say on the phone when they send the records, I can't really hear myself on it. You're on it already.
Mm-hmm.
You want to put it out or not?
Or would you just let someone else put it out and you get the money from it and you make a check
when
from
I make
it and
a
call
song,
it a day?
So my songwriting process right now, it starts with me picking a beat out. I songwrite. I've been a songwriter. I've been an engineer for years. Many will argue that that is production, but I don't make beats personally. I have many friends that do. I go through my friends' beats. I lay some vocals down, and we go through and we pick which artist we feel like sounds good on the record. It's like picking flowers. You like the red flower, you like the white tulips, you like the red roses.
Mm-hmm.
We go through different voices. We say, we originally thought SZA might sound good on this record, but I think it sounds a little better with Beyonce. And then, next thing you know, Beyonce's on a record. I'm just hoping that Beyonce embraces the record. And I feel like that's what the point of this conversation is today, is that, AI is the future of the music industry. You can run away from it. Or
It's probably, I don't think it's future music. I think it's the future of the world.
Absolutely. I mean, what's to stop all of our favorite shows from coming back now that the original voice actor can come back, from the grave and continue their legacy and continue to feed their great-grandkids and their great-great-grandkids through the likeness of their voice, which the labels haven't figured out how to copyright or trademark yet. I'm not a lawmaker. I don't work for the government.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one that makes those calls. I'm only a person that is leading the technology to take us to the destination. So, don't shoot the messenger. Don't anger the driver. I'm still driving the ship. I might wreck. I'm pretty good at driving, so I don't think I will. But, AI technology is definitely here to stay.
So my thing to you is this, if it goes back, if I'm a label executive and I'm sitting at the top and I'm afraid of AI and I need someone to help me or someone to partner with to do it, why wouldn't they be able to partner with you?
They could partner with me, but as with any new technology or any great idea, the great idea comes out, people pretend to be upset about it until they figure out how to do it.
Yeah, people.
Let me show you how to do it.
By the way, humans are gonna always
not.
not like something that's new and alters the way we see the world. It's just who we are, especially something that makes our eyes and our ears lie to us.
Absolutely.
So they're gonna hate it. But
the people want good music, and I feel like that's what's gonna outlast any of our opinions. Our opinions are only temporary. Our opinions could change tomorrow. Our opinions could change. Your opinion on AI, with all due respect, could change next week.
Our opinion.
You might just need to hear that favorite record. Who's your favorite artist right now? Person. I'm asking you.
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do it for New York and the girls. I'll go with Ice.
So what if I told you I've created an Ice Spice record already?
I totally believe you.
What if I told you that I made an Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj record before they did? What if I tell you that my record sounds better? Are you willing to listen to it?
That's why it's so hard for me, because I still want the authenticity of, I can't even say it right.
Authenticity.
There we go. Copy paste of the artist.
So
I want it.
If I was to send Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj my record and they agree that it sounds better, what's to stop them from cutting the record? What's to stop them from putting it out as is, since it's them anyway? I am Ice Spice. I am Nicki Minaj.
Whew. God.
This is crazy.
It's crazy. But my thing to you is this. This is what I'm trying to get at. I believe you came in here with the mask. I'm going to stress this to you. I believe that the only reason why the industry is afraid of you is because they don't know you. And I also believe that if
I would go so far as to disagree. Who says race doesn't play a part?
Oh, my favorite line.
What's to say that? What's to
race
say that?
always plays a part.
I love that.
Absolutely. What's to say the color of my skin doesn't play a part?
So let me ask you a question.
The length of my hair or the shortness of my hair plays a part. How big my nose is.
So let me ask you a question. If we don't know what you look like, but if you were something you weren't, do you think it will be received differently based on who you are?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
It's the way the world works.
What you mean?
The way the world works is that we perceive people as what we see them as, the color of their skin, the way their voice sounds. Currently, I'm on this podcast right now. This is the first podcast I've been on to talk about AI.
By the way, thank you, Eddie.
Thank
you, Toten Carey.
It's a pleasure. I have a lot of respect for you as a black man. But what's to say that I'm white? What's to say that I'm brown? What's to say that I'm black? at the end of the day, it's about the good music. So I conceal my identity
To protect yourself.
the integrity of the message. The message is that good music is here to stay, and good music can come from songwriters that you never heard of, songwriters that's not in those offices with Warner or with UMG. You know, it was never a me versus them thing. It was a proof of concept. The proof of concept worked. Now that we know that it works, let's move on to the next step, which is creating more records for the masses, for the people to appreciate and to love and enjoy. It's deeper than just me.
So
There's other songwriters. It's not just about me.
So my thing to you is this: is that okay? So obviously, race is a huge part of it. Gender is a huge part of it. Is
Unfortunately.
But by the way, I think I hate that that's what it is, but that's true because if you know, like when the song came out, I naturally thought it was some guy in Russia or something, some hacker in Russia just trying to like show America we can take your shit and do it better and don't fuck with us. I didn't realize it. What are you live in the United States?
Yeah, I live right here in y'all backyard.
Okay, so my thing is that I believe.
But think about it like this: does it really matter? Does it really matter?
Yes, it does.
Ghostwriter
No, it does.
Really
I will say this. I will say
it
does matter, not what you look like, but it matters where you're from. Because remember, everybody even said that the fucking election in 2020 was hacked by Russia. So it does matter. I don't think nobody would care if somebody.
So as long as I'm not Russian.
No, as long as you are friendly.
Yes.
And my thing is, so my question to you is, are you a friendly?
I'm 100% a friend.
So you're friendly to the music industry.
I want to push the agenda forward. And I'm here to educate. I'm here to protect. You know, it's not necessarily about the artist that I've dropped songs as. It's more so just at the principle as let us write some fucking songs for you. Why y'all going to the same guys? These guys not even hot like us. They not even hot as me. They not even hot. I got homies that write better songs than a lot of these artists got on the radio. But at the end of the day, we need to be heard too. Amen. We need to be heard too.
So the question is, are you a friendly?
I'm a friendly.
To the music industry.
Absolutely.
Okay, so would you want to sit in a room with high-powered executives and talk to them about how your company and them can collab to make the
Absolutely. I'm here to protect the rights and respect the rights and the intellectual properties as artists. However, I'm not here to be closed-minded and say that there's not somebody better than Drake that could be Drake. There's not somebody better than The Weeknd that could be The Weeknd. Maybe we should be listening to The Weekday. You know? Are we listening to The Weeknd? You know, it's just you have to open your mind and understand that with it being 8 billion people on the earth at the time of this recording, you know, there's people walking around the streets, regular human beings like you and me that are very gifted and very talented, musically especially, but we don't necessarily have the outlets. We don't have the big gold fancy cars driving around in the Bentleys and like these artists and celebrities that y'all follow so closely on social media do have. So give us a chance, give us a shot.
Okay, so I'm gonna challenge you right now.
Okay.
I have a challenge for you. So my thing to you is this: what if I can take you to these powerful people and sit you at the table and convince them you're friendly? Would you do it?
I 100% be down to do it.
Okay,
as long as they had some Hennessy for me.
Okay, good,
No.
good. Well, I think he said he wants some Hennessy. That's a hit.
I think
so,
it's right. I was about to say we could start guessing.
I'm about to say, but my thing to you is I feel like as a brother who cares about creatives, I feel like the only way you gather trust is to do something that allows them to trust you, which would be revealing your face to the world so they can see that you are. Like, cause my thing is this: if I see your face and you look like somebody that I would hang with, or somebody I'm cool with, or somebody I fuck with, I might be like, well, damn, let me talk to them. We are all afraid, bro. Like, I'm being honest with you. Like, I am a black man that I was on the shade room saying how I'm afraid of this shit because AI feels faceless, and I feel like right now
because it's not about their face, it's about the end result.
I know, but my thing is this: but I feel like right now we need a face to connect it to, just to even have in the room to say, hey man, what should we do? I'm telling you right now, I can tell by the way Tim acting when he seen you. I can tell you right now that if you weren't afraid to just say who you was and show it, I think that people will embrace you and see themselves in you and then be like, all right, how can we work with you? I'm telling, and I'm
I
asking
feel-
you to
I feel
trust
like
the
that's
God
a
show.
I feel like that's a personal opinion. I respect that opinion, but it's not about who I am. There's many people that deserve a shot. There's many people that are writing really great records and need to be heard.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question though. What company? The biggest company in the world is what? Apple. Apple is the biggest company in the world, right?
Okay.
When we think about Apple, we think about Steve Jobs.
Yes.
We have
Who's not here?
He's not exactly, but
we
we
attach
still.
What if I
it
tell
to
you that?
somebody.
What if I tell you that using artificial intelligence and the proprietary elements of my company, that I could create a keynote speech for the iPhone 15 as Steve Jobs?
I would tell you that the music industry and those people will want to talk to you, but they're never going to talk to you if you're going to wear a mask and look like a terrorist. And I know you're not that, but they're going to be afraid of it. Like if I saw somebody outside my house right now with a hoodie on and glasses on, and I couldn't see their face, I'm grabbing my gun and being like, everybody get down. We don't know who this person is. But if you take a mask off and you was like, hey man, I'm here, I might be like, oh, well, come on in, brother. Like, oh, come on in, sister, or whatever it is. I think that's going to be the moment where it changes.
I have a question for you, Ray.
Go ahead.
Would it matter if I was white, brown, or black?
Damn, that's what I want to.
Okay, so my thing to you is,
It always matters.
my thing to you is that I think race always matters, but I also think that it will.
Why does
No,
it matter?
I mean, shit,
Elaborate.
nigga, that's
Ask
America. That's a
America.
whole nother
Ask
question. I
America.
feel like that's an American thing. Like I can't say that, but what I can say to you is I do believe that if you America likes
Right now, I'm white. This sheet is very white. I'm white right now.
Right.
Very
you're in a
white.
white sheet.
This sheet is very
First of all,
white.
if you were white, you wouldn't be hiding. I don't think that white people can get away with shit that other people can't. So if you really was white,
I think it'd be. Can I be honest with you? I think it'd be incredible if you was black. I think black people would then fuck with it more because they like, oh, one of us is doing
Right.
it.
But that's
I got
gate-
everybody
that's
in the room is
gatekeeping.
black
Right,
and
at
they
least
nodding
it's
their
one
head.
of us,
Yup.
right.
What about the white songwriters? That's very great.
A white songwriter?
Yeah, that-
We still embrace you the same fucking way. Still embrace you the same way. So I'm asking you, my brother, can you trust us? Trust the God Show. Trust Ray. Trust everybody in the room. We want to help you win, but can you reveal your face? Just show us what you are, and let's talk about who you are and how we can take you to another level. Because they looking for you, bro.
I don't know if I can do that.
My heart is over here pounding. I'm like,
Why?
what's your biggest reservation about it? Like,
Because it's not about me. This is about the industry moving
Yeah, but
forward,
but
and this is
if the
about
industry,
people.
but here's the problem. The only thing that we know about it is it's two revered people, Drake and The Weeknd, and those are people who said that's not us. So now the only face attached to it is faces that we know, and they're not approving of it. So if you show your face, then it would be like, oh, okay, cool. I want to talk to that brother and figure out how I can make it far.
I agree. I
I
think
understand.
familiarity, that was something that you said before, right? So if we could attach a face to the idea.
Like this feels like an episode of Scooby-Doo. It's like you're going to take it off, you're going to be Puffy. And it's going to be, Puff Daddy, you stupid
Imagine
kids
that.
are
I feel
meddling.
like y'all know, I'm a nobody. I feel like y'all know what Puffy sound like. Y'all know. We not using any voice changes.
You're not a nobody. You just somebody on the way.
Somebody on the way. Y'all write really great records.
So yeah, you gonna show us who you are?
I promise you,
This is a safe space.
this is a safe space, and
it
we
will
won't,
help.
and we
with the
won't,
ending.
and we won't reveal nothing until it's time, until you say so.
Okay, you won't reveal nothing.
We
till
won't
it's
reveal
time?
nothing. If you take it off right now, the only people that's gonna know is the people in this room until you say it's okay, and that's me on record saying it.
All right.
Me too. I'm on record.
Well, I'll take it off.